just wanted to talk about something that is really getting to me these days, and this is really about modern cars and the modern entertainment systems in cars. As you can see here, I have what you would consider to be a modern infotainment system. It's even such that this thing that you see here, this dash that you see right here, is not even mechanical. It's all digital. This is really a screen, and you can adjust it, as you see fit to control that. This is not a touch screen, but this is a touch screen. So technically this car has like two screens here, and on this side here you actually have like the radio, the satellite TV, and it's all touch screen, right? So I can manipulate it as I see fit. Now don't get me wrong, I mean, these screens are great and all of that, but my goodness, are they so annoying. The fact that you have to take your eye off the road just to operate these. I'd rather have my portable map, like the Garmin. Back in the day, we would just connect the map to the windshield over there, right there, and actually I tend to do that with this holder here for my phone. So I connect my phone over here. And the other thing is, these systems here, it's either Apple Play or CarPlay, but what really gets to me is the fact that it has no CD player. It has no CD player, and these modern cars, you'll be hard pressed to find a modern car with CD players. I know that in some cars they are even going as far as eliminating physical buttons. Fortunately for a Buick, one thing I love about these Buicks is that they still maintain the physical buttons and switches and dials. So there's quite a lot of them. Although for the climate control, I wish that this was this had physical buttons, because when I'm trying to adjust this, I have to sort of get my eye off the road just to be able to see this and adjust it while I'm driving, which is not safe. Imagine if this was actually a dial that I could just reach for and twist. That is what is happening to a lot of these modern cars. They're eliminating physical buttons, so you have to sort of get your eye off the road just to be able to adjust them, which is really counterintuitive. And the fact that they are coming with no physical media access means that you're gonna have to either use your aux cable or use streaming media, and that is just another layer of complexity that we do not need. For me, I do a lot of driving in remote areas. Almost every other week I'm on the road driving, and having to stream media to this system here is not the best. It's so annoying. It's not the best. I lose reception a lot of the time, and my music is choppy and often. And the other thing is, streaming media is horrible. It's not horrible, but my goodness, it's not the best. What is the point in having all these wonderful stereo systems in these cars? These modern cars, the stereo systems are getting more and more sophisticated, as in the quality of the sound. They have speakers all over. They have Bose systems. They have high premium systems. But what's the point in getting these premium systems only to end up with streaming media? CD quality is, for commercial based systems, I think CD quality is the highest. I'm not talking about master quality, because I'm a musician. I know for masters, they're even higher quality than CDs. But when we produce CDs are commercially available. That's what you would consider to be the best quality out there. Some streaming media does have reasonable high quality in terms of the bit rate and all of that, but most streaming media out there is they are just MP3s. You're just listening to an MP3 in 128. So it's not the best. especially when you're listening to music on these premium systems. You can tell the difference if your ear is tuned to it. And for these high quality systems, they're not optimized to play lower bit music, so your ear will get accustomed to it. You would think that it sounds good, but for someone that has the well-tuned ear, they can tell the difference. And that's what I'm getting at, is that why put in all these premium stuff only to settle for streaming media? And if you were to plug in an external device with an aux cable, ask yourself what kind of systems out there will allow you to plug in an aux cable in this modern day and age. The majority of the phones don't have earphone jacks anymore, so unless you have a portable music player, you're gonna be hard pressed to find that. It's just another layer of complexity when you could just have the option of bringing in your selection of CDs just to play it in your car. And that's my biggest gripe about modern cars and everything modern these days, is the fact that we seem to be progressing, but we're actually retrogressing. And that's what I feel. Even when it comes to DVD entertainment systems, when my kids were younger, those were such a lifesaver, having cars. I mean, we bought cars just to have the DVD players in the cars. But nowadays, if you are lucky enough to find a car with a rear entertainment system, they actually require you to plug in maybe a USB or an SD card, or stream video from whatever, Netflix or whatever, onto the systems. And there's no slot for physical media like a DVD. That makes no sense to me. That absolutely makes no sense to me. And I really struggle with the modern cars these days, to the extent that recently I just picked up a used vehicle, 2005. It's a Toyota. I'll talk about it later. I'm going to show you guys later. But I just picked up that vehicle for the sole reason that that vehicle had a cassette player and a CD player built in, and it's a Toyota. It's a Toyota with low mileage as well. It's 2005. It's 20 years old, but I actually enjoyed that car a lot more than I enjoy these modern cars, because of my specific passions, and also because, my goodness, it's a lot more fun to have options. It doesn't have a touchscreen in it, but I have my phone. I can mount my phone in it, and to be honest, I also have an external Android TV tablet thing that I can also mount in it as well. So I have options. And another thing that happens with these modern cars is that some of the entertainment system is so proprietary that the companies will just stop updating them, or they may even remotely remove the apps. Toyota did it with some versions of their Intune. I think it's called the Intune app. They actually discontinued it for a bunch of models, like the 2020 Corolla, which is so crazy, right? So you end up with a touchscreen system, but it's no longer supported. So now you only can use it for like the basic stuff, like radio, satellite TV, and you can't even have access to that inbuilt apps that it originally came with, like the navigation apps and stuff. So you're promised a whole bunch of things, but then they end up being able to take it away from you. And so this whole digital thing, that digital revolution, is so interlinked with capitalism, such that when the company is losing money, they can retroactively come into what you have purchased and actually delete apps or delete support for that thing that you have bought. And that is one of my biggest gripes right now. So yeah, I thought I'd share this with you about what I'm going through with these modern cars. I think I'm gonna have a more updated video in the future to expand on these thoughts, but let me know what you think in the comment section.